All right, so here we go in Hosea 7 and 8, right? So I'm saying, where we at? Hosea 7 verse 8. Ephraim, he has mixed himself, where we at? He has mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Now, instantly, cats will read this and go right into that whole little what modern day terms mean mixed is, and oh, you lighter in complexion, so you mixed yourself from you mix. Knowing good and damn Sam well hell ain't no such thing as mix. You feel me? You are what your father is. Now, the cats will say this is, by the way, in support of that nonsense chart that if you from this island, you from that tribe, if you from that place, you from that tribe, so forth and so on. Uh, uh, Bringing it closer is Mexico. If you a Mexican, then use you from the tribe of Issachar. That's a bunch of nonsense, foley, baloney bullshit. So because again, these guys are this goes so deep. That would support basically during the whole, because the slave trade or whatever, that these you know Spaniards or whatever that went, or I say whoever, whether it's Spain, the Brits, Portugal, or whoever, that they took the time to say, oh, you're an Israelite from this tribe, send him that direction, that's his boat. You from the tribe of Dan. Oh, you go over here. You're going over here to wherever they say on the chart. That's your boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's a bunch of BS. And then you would also have to support that. They know that obviously the Spaniards would go to Spanish speaking countries today, but back then they would go there. Now we know you are who your father is. Now they know that they would kill the men and take the women and the offspring as the product of tada, that Spaniard. And that's what you have today. But yet and still magically, because y'all done created this chart, y'all just disregard that piece of logic. You are what your father is, unless the Spaniards coming over and killing the men and raping the women, and the product of that is now an Israelite, not the Spaniards from Spain. That it's the doctrine that they create fits their own narrative of what they want you to believe, and in that case you might as well stay in churchianity. You feel me? You might as well stay in religion if you want to go through that. So they'll and speaking of religion, they'll read this one sentence that I just right here, verse 8. Ephraim has mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. It's lighter on one side and dark on the other side. That's why they lighter. They a cake not turned. Because they mixed themselves. That's the stupidest thing you in the neat the people that believe this mess. I mean, this is not rockets. This is one of the easier things to get through. This is actually a paragraph first and foremost. Let's say we start. Well, let's start from the top real quick. Let's start from the top. This is kind of hard to do on this. So when I from the top, verse 1, when I would have healed Yasharal, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria, for they committed falsehood, and the thief comes in, and the troop of robbers spoils without. So that's the subject matter that what we dealing with. Okay, that's the subject matter is the wickedness of the northern kingdom, Ephraim being that tribe that we're talking about. And they considered not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness, now their own doings, excuse me, now their own doings have beset them about, they are before my face. Here we about to get into it. They make the king glad with their wickedness, and the princes with their lies. Here we go. We're gonna get into the punchline. They are all breakers of wedlock, as an oven heated by the baker, who ceases from raising after he has kneaded the dough until it be leavened. That's what we're talking about. Leaven, sin. It's dealing with an oven and this baker. It's gonna explain itself, so you don't think it's got nothing to do with no dumbass skin color, complexion, and that dumbass chart. Here we go. In the day of our king, the princes have made him sick and furious with wine. He stretched out his hand with scorners. Okay. For they have made ready their heart like an oven while they lie in wait. Their baker sleeps all the night. In the morning it burns as a flaming fire. This is why Ephraim's a cake not turned, because the baker's not dealing with him. Y'all just gonna sit there and burn. And I'm gonna get into that, this oven and the heat and all of this. There's precepts to go with this. Okay, so their baker sleeps in the night. They are hot as an oven, and have devoured their judges, and all their kings have fallen. There is none among them that calls unto me. Ephraim has mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. It's talking, Ephraim is that cake. They're being wicked, and the Most High is not answering them, just like it says. You know what I'm saying? There is none among them that calls me. You feel me? Now I want to get into the baker sleeps and this oven. First, we're going to go to Daniel. We're going to go to chapter, as I wrote it there, Daniel 3:19. All right, so here we go. We in what? Where is it? Daniel 3:19. Booyah. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That's the three holy children. Therefore he spoke and commanded that they should be, as you were, should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. So it was like, okay, if y'all know the whole, you got to really read the whole chapter, but this is some symbology, putting them in the furnace. The furnace is a furnace of affliction. A furnace of affliction, because the whole nation had been wicked prior to this, and then got put into captivity under Nebuchadnezzar and the kingdom of Babylon. This is real simple. He got put in the furnace here, but people think literally like, oh, he cooking them for real, they gonna be crispy and all of that. But it's like, nah, you got to look at precepts to get understanding. All right, so here's that precept in Deuteronomy. We in chapter 4, and we're going to go 4:20. Okay, so, but the Most High has taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace. Even means just like, how we say just like today. That's squiggly or italic, even there. Out of Mizraim, to be unto him a people of inheritance as you are this day. So it's talking about bringing Israel out of Egypt, out of bondage. Bondage and that furnace is synonymous. This is not rocket science here. Okay, so here it is again. Deuteronomy 6:12. Then beware lest you forget the Most High, which brought you forth out of the land of Mizraim, from the house of bondage. It's like a definition. Bondage and Mizraim or Egypt is the same thing. That fiery furnace, they had him in captivity. Bondage, captivity is that furnace. I'm just killing this one, just one more again. Behold, I have refined you, but not with silver. I have chosen you in the furnace of affliction. That furnace of affliction is being in bondage or captivity. So now we're going to go back to, here we go in Hosea 7, dealing with Ephraim, our original point. In this oven heat, you know what I'm saying? The Most High is not dealing with Ephraim. They're in that oven, similar to furnace. I remember I had a clown try to tell me, man, what you talking about? Ain't no oven. This talking about they mix. It wasn't no ovens back in them days. I said, Negro, look 3 sentences up. I never heard back from him. See, he was so indoctrinated with camp doctrine, he couldn't even think straight. You feel me? He couldn't even think straight. Like, where was it? Where was that? Yeah, right there in 4, right there in verse 4. I'm like, so it wasn't no ovens. Why is it talking about a oven? Four sentences up. Never heard back from that guy. He worships camps. He don't care about the word. He want to argue about something he never studied. You have to study and stop acting like fools, following after these camps. But so right here, so the other part, yeah, that's the other part I want to talk to. So we know that there's a furnace of affliction. You know what I'm saying? They mix themselves amongst, other nations, which, let's say they mix themselves amongst Ethiopians, then what? They mix. That they ain't gonna get no lighter. Then what? Is your head gonna explode? Like, oh, how we gonna justify that? But let's keep it pushing. So, the baker sleeps. I wrote that down right there, Leviticus 26. Here we go. What is it? Leviticus 26 and 17. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies, being afflicted. They that hate you shall reign over you, and you shall flee when none pursues you, because the wicked flee when no man pursue. We just read in Hosea that Ephraim was being wicked. That's the context here. In the very first sentence that nobody reads, and the wickedness. See there? I didn't make this stuff up. Ephraim was wicked. So they got put amongst their enemy, or not put, but they mixed themselves amongst their enemies that turned against them and was afflicting them. The baker sleeps because that's the same thing we just read. The Most High will set his face against you, sleeping while you are a cake not turned, while you in that oven getting hot on one side. Nobody's tending to you. Nobody. He don't care. You want to be wicked, be wicked. This is a just reward. You feel me? The baker sleeps. Ephraim is a cake not turned. He has mixed himself. That cake ain't getting flipped over to be, you know what I'm saying, to be tended to, like a baker would do to something that he's trying to create or show some love to. You feel me? It has nothing to do with being light or this 12 tribes chart or all that. These made up doctrines that they getting ridiculous with this. When I heard that Ephraim is a I heard that, I thought it was a joke. Like, Ephraim mixed himself. That's why they lied to Ephraim. That I don't know who they say Ephraim is. Some type of South, maybe some South. I don't know, South American, whatever. But this is it here. This is one paragraph and it's loaded with parables like the being afflicted in the oven. I just went over the baker sleeping. You know what I'm saying? If you give me the back, I'm gonna give you the back. That's another precept. You know what I mean? That's how the Most High work, you know. But I think, yeah, that's, I'm just in and out with this. But man, watch out for these camps, man. They'll sell you anything just for views or followers, or they more about the YouTube love than the actual truth. If y'all don't know something, you shouldn't be leading no camp. I don't know why there's so many camps out there anyway. Everybody want to be a leader and have everybody up under them, but nobody want to sit down and do this. If you don't know something, you say you don't know it. You don't create a damn doctrine. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's gotta be right. It's like this Esau mess, this 12 tribes chart mess. It's so many of them, and it's getting out of line. Be 15 different Passovers between March and April. It was like 15, 20 different Passovers. Like, come on, man. Listen to me. Listen, everybody want to listen to me. Why not listen to these words on this page? It's right here. You even got to flip the page, really. Just read. Oh, the Most High is not tending to him. This not rocket science.